Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel, General Hospital Diaries. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Today on General Hospital, Dan confronts Lulu about their complicated past. Cody is less than thrilled with Lulu's games, and Lucky steps in to help Christina keep her cool. At the surf lodge, Joss reconnects with Gio and Emma, who welcome her back from Easter Island. Joss thanks Emma and mentions that Trina told her how Emma stepped up to save the Quartermain crypt. She adds that Michael doesn't need any more heartbreak, especially from his problematic uncle. Joss notices Vaughn walking in to grab a takeout order. After he leaves, she excuses herself, saying she has to meet her lab partner to catch up on the work she missed. Once Joss is gone, Gio wonders aloud about the weird tension between her and Joss. Emma says it goes back to childhood, when they both liked the same guy, Cam. She admits she should have moved on by now, but Joss has always been a bit entitled and tends to use money to make problems vanish. She adds that Joss has never really faced consequences for her actions. Gio points out that Emma has, for instance, getting expelled from her previous school, and says he appreciates how she opens up to him. He'd understand her even more if he knew what really got her expelled. Emma reminds him she signed an NDA and legally can't talk about it. Gio says he gets it, but thinks she might have misjudged Joss. He explains Joss has been through a lot. She's lost boyfriends in tragic ways and was even targeted in a harmful online situation. Despite everything, she's been nothing but kind to him, and she even donated to Emma's fundraiser. Emma argues that Joss probably donated so she wouldn't have to volunteer. She claims Joss doesn't believe in anything enough to truly risk her comfort or future. Gio then asks if Emma looks down on him the same way she seems to look down on Joss. After all, he hasn't exactly risked much either. Emma clarifies that she doesn't look down on Joss, and tells Gio he still has time to figure out what matters to him. He brings up her punishment, and Emma says she's fine picking up garbage, as long as it doesn't interfere with Professor Dalton's environmental physics class. Meanwhile, Joss tracks Vaughn down in the park, where he's eating. He tells her she took her time finding him. Joss asks why he's there, and Vaughn tells her he's been assigned as her handler. She doesn't protest, so he moves on to business. Vaughn says she needs to get back to her PCU classes, and this time, Dalton's class will be on her schedule. It's the same one Emma's been excited about. Back at the Quartermain house, in the kitchen, Tracy tells Sasha she needs to speak with her child's father. Sasha says she has no clue where Jason is. Just then, Jason walks in, and Tracy demands to know why he was MIA during the family chaos involving his brother and their crypt. Jason says he trusted Tracy to handle it, which she did, but she insists that his presence still mattered, especially now that he's living there with his son and Sasha. Tracy tells him it's time he stepped up. Just then, movers arrive claiming they're there to collect boxes from the gatehouse for Drew's new home. Tracy immediately puts a stop to it, threatening legal consequences if they touch anything. The movers take off fast. Tracy is furious that Willow is apparently planning to move Michael's kids into Drew's house. Jason says he'll take care of it. After Tracy leaves, Sasha questions his plan. Jason says he's going to tell Willow she can't go through with it. Sasha says that's a terrible move. She explains that Willow already sees herself as a victim, and if Jason comes down on her, he'll just reinforce that, and worse, it'll give Drew the chance to swoop in as the hero again. Jason asks what he's supposed to do. Sasha tells him, plainly, nothing. He has no legal grounds to stop her. She urges him to step back and let it be. Jason says it's hard to stay quiet when it feels like someone needs to talk sense into Willow. But Sasha replies that no one can get through to her right now. To her, it's not just about Drew. It's like she's joined a new kind of belief system, the dawn of Drew. At Drew's place, Wiley excitedly tells his mom and Drew how much he loves his new room. He dashes off, and Willow tells Drew that he's brought a lot of happiness to both her and Wiley. Nina stops by, holding a package that was left in the driveway for Congressman Kane. She makes a point of emphasizing Kane. Willow expresses her frustration that Tracy forced Drew to give up his family name, but Drew insists he's done with the Quartermains. Nina advises that cutting ties with Monica might not be wise. Drew counters that Monica was the one who distanced him, that Wiley and Amelia adore Monica, and the feeling is mutual. She suggests that maintaining a positive relationship with at least one member of the Quartermain family could be a smart move. Willow concedes that Nina might have a point. Willow goes to help Wiley with the sheets for his new bed. Drew tells Nina not to overstep or wear out her welcome in his home. Nina explains that she's simply trying to maintain peace between Willow and Michael's families, and continuing to stir things up with the Quartermains could do more harm than good. Drew says he's not intimidated by the Quartermains and will always stand up for Willow. Nina sees through him, suggesting he wants to play the hero again. Drew says his only goal is Willow's happiness, and that it bothers Nina to see Willow happier with him than with her. At the Metro Court, Carly chats with Jack about Jocelyn, insisting that she'll eventually accept their relationship. Carly also mentions she spoke with Jason and that their friendship remains strong. Jack comments that with his dad now free, Carly won't have to share his attention. Meanwhile, Maxie and Lucy meet with Sidwell to discuss a new business opportunity. Maxie is still cautious, stating that their company thoroughly vets all imports. Sidwell reassures her that everything is above board and welcomes any protocols Maxie has in place. Lucy feels confident about moving forward and suggests signing the contracts. Maxie wonders if they should wait for Tracy, but Lucy doesn't see the need. Out on the balcony, Sidwell points to his ship at the docks and presents a sample of zincite from a small vial in his pocket. Lucy admires its raw beauty, and Jens gives her the vial and sample to keep. They head back inside just as Tracy arrives. Lucy greets her, but Tracy brushes her off and instead interrupts Carly and Jack. Tracy tells Carly that while she's preoccupied with this, Willow has moved her grandchildren into Drew's home. Carly reacts with disbelief. What? Tracy says Jason assured her he'd take care of the situation, but she's not convinced. She tells Carly she's counting on her to handle this, for Michael's sake and for Monica, who hasn't seen the kids in weeks. Tracy finally joins the deception table and announces that the deal with Sidwell is off. She refuses to sign. She reveals she spoke with Lulu, who confirmed that Sidwell has been holding Lucky against his will. Maxie responds that Lulu already informed them of this, and Lucy quips that Lucky is a Spencer, so unfortunately, he's no stranger to being held captive. Lucy suspects this is really about Tracy trying to sabotage her company. Tracy reminds them that it's a company she owns 51% of. She insists she's not out to destroy anything. She's just trying to prevent them from partnering with someone who, in her view, has a troubling international reputation. Sidwell pushes back, asserting that all of his business in Port Charles is above board. Maxie tells Tracy that they've done their due diligence, thoroughly vetted Sidwell, and even included a morality clause in his contract. She says this deal is Sidwell's opportunity to prove he's exactly who he claims to be, and that Deception's future depends on it. After a tense pause, Tracy signs the contract. Sidwell thanks them and exits. Tracy, still wary, warns Lucy that this could go very wrong. Lucy fires back with, "Or very right." At a separate table, Jack asks Carly what she plans to do about the Willow situation. Carly admits she wants to walk over there, give Willow a piece of her mind, and tell her she's not okay with the idea of her grandchildren moving in with Drew. Jack simply asks, "So why don't you?" He points out that this is a chance for Willow to learn that Carly Spencer isn't someone to cross. Meanwhile, Sidwell steps into the elevator and runs into Jack. Jack gives him a heads-up about Zelensky's recent passing in Toronto. Jens claims he has no connection to that situation. Jack says he's just pointing out that people who get on Sonny's bad side often find themselves in difficult circumstances. He adds that he'd hate for a government agency like the WSB to start digging around if this tension continues. Jens calls his bluff, but Jack warns him not to take him lightly. Back at Drew's place, Willow tells Nina and Drew that after a conversation with Wiley, she's decided to take the kids to visit Monica. Drew suggests it might be less confusing for the kids if Monica came to them instead, since going back to their old home could be emotionally overwhelming. Just then, Carly shows up. Elsewhere, Laura meets with Jordan at her apartment. Jordan has a favor to ask, one that needs to remain confidential. She asks Laura to fire her. Laura, confused, asks why. Jordan explains that she's been given a chance to find out what Sidwell is really up to, but she can't pursue it while holding her current Sidwell has offered her a job as his lobbyist. Laura acknowledges it will be difficult to justify letting Jordan go, especially since everyone knows how well they work together. Jordan points out there's one major issue they don't see eye to eye on, Sonny. She suggests they find a way to publicly disagree about her ties to him. Laura comes up with an idea. She reveals Ezra once tried to run an opinion piece about her and Sonny through Aurora, but Curtis shut it down. Ezra also proposed letting the public vote on the Esplanade location. Laura says she could announce a referendum, and that's when Jordan could speak out against her for being too close to Sonny, saying she doesn't support Laura's decision. Jordan suggests then Laura could fire her for insubordination. Laura warns Jordan that Sidwell is not someone to be taken lightly. Jordan is willing to go along with the plan, but cautions that the political consequences for Laura could be serious. Does she really want to take that risk? Laura says Ezra is already stirring the pot, and if this move helps protect Port Charles from Sidwell, then it's worth it. Meanwhile, Sonny brings Natalia to his restaurant so they can talk privately, away from Sidwell. He says she clearly has some history with the man and wants to know what her connection is. Natalia finally confesses that Jens is her ex-husband. Sonny is surprised. Brick did a background check on her, so how did he miss that? Natalia explains she and Jens eloped years ago, and the marriage didn't last long. The only good thing that came from it was her son. Sonny figures that's who she was speaking with and wonders why she didn't introduce him. Natalia says her relationship with her son Marco is even more strained than the one she has with Allison. Sonny asks why she never told him about Sidwell, especially since he's been around for a while now. Natalia apologizes for keeping Jens a secret. She truly believed he was out of her life for good. When he resurfaced and got involved with deception, it felt too late to bring it up. She didn't want to jeopardize the trust they'd built. Sonny, now wary, asks how he can be sure she's not passing information to Sidwell. She insists she isn't. She and Jens rarely speak, and she hasn't told anyone about his medical condition. Sonny explains that he's told Christina and Dante about it, and will inform the rest of his family, but that's as far as it goes. Natalia is relieved he has his family to lean on. Sonny appreciates the support she's given him recently, but says it's time to go their separate ways. He tells her he needs to rely solely on those closest to him, and that he'll miss their friendship. Natalia, emotional, says she will too and urges him to take care of himself before leaving. Later, Laura arrives and warns Sonny that he's about to find himself at the center of a major political controversy. Come back to our channel for all your updates. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel.